y'all, right here. I'm gonna do like Elon, put my hands up like Elon right here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome everybody to the breakdown of CyberRodeo. It was amazing. I'm Liberty Madison, that's it girl. What's up guys? Welcome back. And I wanted to take this time to just kind of chill and sit back and relax and buckle up because we're going to be here for a while. Come in, chime in, play it in the background. It's going to be more of a podcasty vibe. I'm feeling like it's going to be more of a podcasty vibe because we're not doing a little in and out. This is part one. Listen to what I'm saying. This is part one. This is part one for a whole situation. It took 2 years to build this Gigaplant. And I believe that Elon deserves more than one video. And that's what we're going to do here today. So this is an introduction of everything that's happening at CyberRodeo that took place on April 7th. So remember April 7th, that's when it took place. And this is what we're here to talk about. CyberRodeo, guys, CyberRodeo. And if you are new to this channel, you know you can find everything related to technology, founders, startup, innovation, and people that are just really doing something with their lives because we love positive people. We love positive energy. We love innovators. We love people that are changing the landscape of society and that are impacting society. So I want you to go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and get into what we're doing over here. This is a vibe. This is a moment. This is a movement. And if you know me, you know that I'm all about Elon. Y'all, seriously, I am an Elon Musk influencer. Like that's who I am. That's what I do. And it's interesting because I launched my Elon Musk AF brand probably like so many years ago. I would say maybe like 7 years ago. I am the ultimate Elon person. And the reason, let's talk about that also. So search that hashtag Elon Musk AF, search the hashtag. And I want to talk about why that hashtag is important. But go ahead and get in here. This is live. And I know it's Saturday night that we're doing this live. But one of the reasons that I wanted to do this is because for all of you guys that's hanging out at home, you guys, let's talk about CyberRodeo. And when you have an opportunity, just come back and hit play and get into this conversation. It's really what you want to talk about and see what was happening at this invite-only event. And let's get started. So the reason why I'm wearing my Elon glasses is because when Elon debuted, he wore his glasses. And me and Elon was the only people in there wearing our aviators because we're innovators. And that's what we were doing. We just like had a vibe. We had a connection. I felt like we had this innovator connection. And you'll see more of it in the content if you go to my Instagram and also YouTube. I'll be uploading content about this amazing, fabulous event for the next 1, 2, 3 lifetime. So for the next foreseeable future, you'll be hearing about this event. And the reason why is because I am an Elon stan. And it's funny because people text me all the time and they're like, are you on Elon's payroll? What is going on? Because you've been talking about Elon for forever. And, that's just what it is. But I do want to kind of update you. Again, we're going to sit back in our seats. We're going to sit back in our seats and close that out, y'all, because I'm trying to pull up a couple of interesting points that we can look at and reference that we can really connect with. And one of the things, and this is interesting because I just kind of assume that everyone knows what CyberRodeo is, what Elon's up to, SpaceX. I just kind of assume that everybody has that knowledge. And I was talking to my friend today. So shout out to Selena. I was talking to her today and she said, I was telling her that I was going to do a recap. And she said, make sure when you do the recap that you actually talk about what the event is, because she said, I just don't follow Elon like that. And I have no clue what's going on. So I'm gonna take off my glasses now. I'm gonna take off what I now call my Elon glasses. I'm gonna take those off. And I just want to read you an overview of what we're going to talk about and how we're going to look at this, how we're going to look at the launch. And so I call the launch, let's chat about the launch of the Galactic headquarters for the Tesla Gigaplant in Austin, Texas, formerly known as Austin, Texas, now Tesla, Texas. Like, that's how I introduce it. Like, I feel like that's got that, like that's got the razzle dazzle. And it's like, oh, it's the Galactic head. I didn't know about that. I didn't know that they was out here doing Galactic. Yes, girl. We out here we're not doing regional and local and what other they doing? The U.S. National head. We're not doing that. International. We're not doing that either. Global. See, everybody got a global headquarters. We have galactic headquarters in what was formerly known as Austin, Texas, currently Tesla, Texas. So let's take a look at this. Let's look at what The Verge had to say about it. So this is what The Verge says. I'm going to read you what they said. They said Tesla opened its Austin, Texas-based Gigafactory on Thursday, a crucial step in the company's delayed plans to begin production of its electric Cybertruck. To celebrate the opening, Tesla held an event billed as CyberRodeo, to which it invited 15,000 people to listen to live music, eat food, and pay homage to Elon Musk and his company. Okay, that's an excellent interpretation of what's going on. We are really entering the new phase of Tesla's future, says Musk. Musk told the audience. Okay, all right. Clad in a black cowboy hat and aviator sunglasses. Do you see that? Me and Elon was the only people in there. I'm telling you, we're the only people in there wearing aviator sunglasses because we're innovators. Okay. Musk said he was excited to begin working on Cybertruck production at last. He was excited. If you go to my Instagram, you will see me next to the Cybertruck, so you can really take a look at that and look at that Cybertruck. He was excited to see begin working on Cybertruck production at last. I can't wait to see this baby in production. It's going to be epic. I believe him. It is going to be epic. Along with a new version of the Cybertruck, Musk also showed off a new roadster vehicle, he sure did, which is slated to begin production next year, so that'll be in 2023. He also teased a robo-taxi. He did tease a robo-taxi. And he said, it would look quite futuristic, but elaborate details, he didn't provide elaborate details or anything like that. It's the company's fourth factory in the U.S. It is the fourth factory in the U.S., but remember, it is not just a factory. Let's finish reading what The Verge had said. Following the vehicle factory in Fremont, California, which we all know, battery factory in Sparks, Nevada, and solar factory in Buffalo, New York. Tesla also has a vehicle factory outside in Shanghai, China, and recently opened its first European factory in Berlin, Germany. That's the one where he was dancing. Remember? When he was like this. When he was dancing, y'all remember? Okay. Tesla spent an estimated 15. Oh, okay. No, not 15. Let's scratch that. Let's Control Alt Delete. Tesla spent an estimated $5 million purchasing the land outside of Austin. He got a really good deal. Plus another $1.1 billion. That's with a B. And let me tell you, as a person who danced their way through that entire plant, entire Gigafactory, it is huge. I can see how they did it with a B and not M. It is definitely a B. $1.1 billion to build the plant. Definitely 100%. The addition of the new Gigafactory is expected to boost Tesla's capacity in the U.S., which has been long constrained by space limitations. What does that mean? Let's break that down. What does that mean? Now what they're saying is now that they have opened this 1.1 billion with a B Gigaplant, they can now start producing the cars. Because if you have ordered a Tesla, if you are someone who is out here looking for your next Tesla, your next Roadster, you know that sometimes they have mega delays and they're not able to get your vehicle out. They just don't have the opportunity to do so. And so now they are no longer constrained by the space, as we just heard from The Verge. They don't have these particular limitations, and so they'll be able to get the vehicles out. And a couple of things that I think is very interesting is the display of the Roadster the display of his new semi truck, the 18-wheeler truck. I thought that was amazing. And because he's really attempting to take over the truck market. And he talked about solar as well. He talked about his panels. He talked about a lot. And the interesting thing here is to say that this is kind of one of the plans. I think the thing that they failed to mention is that Elon specifically said, we have not just opened this Gigaplant. We have not just opened this Gigafactory. This is, and he said, and because this is when the crowd went crazy, he said, this is the new global headquarters for Tesla. I don't know if he said global or galactic, because I feel like that's something I said. I feel like that's a sauce I added to the mix, because I don't think Elon said galactic headquarters. I think he said something like, international headquarters. But I'll talk to him and we'll get galactic on the marquee. We'll change that, because that's what it is. That's what it is. Because when you're a regular company and you have a headquarters, you have a regular headquarters. You just out here with a regular headquarters because you're a regular company. But when you are actually flying to the moon, we need to notice the galactic headquarters over here. So that's what we're doing. And let's just kind of back up and talk about what exactly it was. What did that look like? What was the event like? So as we heard, 15,000 people. And the reason that it was 15,000 people is it wasn't necessarily to capacity. It definitely was not to capacity, because this Gigaplant, I tell you, this Gigaplant could have held 100,000 people. It probably could have held 500,000 people. It was huge. Oh my God, it was huge. Make sure to go to my Instagram and libertymadison.com so you can see more information and more pictures, because I literally did the robot across the entire plant. I cannot wait to post those videos. I was roboting really everywhere, because y'all know that's my go-to dance. Like, it's the robot. And let's talk about how people were with the invites. Let's back up there. So I'm in a lot of Telegram groups, Facebook groups. Everybody was like, oh my God, how am I going to get in? So what he did was he had a QR code linked to your invite that was non-transferable. Okay, I just want you to keep that in the back of your mind. The QR code was non-transferable. And you had to be on this list in order to get it. And when I say on this list, I mean on the list. The security team that they hired, you could tell they weren't Tesla employees, because they were just like, oh, give them one task to do and one task only, and they were going to execute that task. They did not. I swear, I think I got into the White House easier than getting into this Tesla Gigaplant thing. It was really intense. And so their security site, people flew in. I had never heard so many accents. It was so beautiful. Everybody flew in from all across the world to celebrate the galactic headquarters of Tesla and the Boring Company, Elon, everything. All the fans were there, and everyone was super, super excited. And then this is the thing, This is the thing that got people out the house. He tweeted. If you guys follow Elon, which I have all of his notifications on my phone, so whenever he tweets, it comes directly to my phone. And he tweeted, "Go ahead and come. Security not gonna be that tight." And I was like, why would Elon say that? Elon said that. And if you go back through his tweets, because somebody asked, "Oh, can I get a +1?" And he said, "Oh, it's not gonna be. You'll be able to get in." I feel like this is my take on it. I feel like once the event got, kicked off and got started, and you saw that people were coming and going, they could have let people in that didn't have a ticket, but they did not. Unfortunately, they did not let people in if you didn't have a ticket. And I know it was the fire marshal that initially approved the $15,000, not $15,000, but 15,000 capacity limit. But as people were exiting, I felt like they could have inserted more people. I felt like they could have done that, but they did not. So so when you pull up to the Gigafactory, just so you guys know, you will see it say Tesla Road. And when you see Tesla Road, you're like, oh shoot, it's about to go down. And it is. It is about to go down. Okay, I'm trying to calm down. So once you go in, you have different parking lots, and they're color coded. And they have an entire huge parking lot for everyone who's ride sharing, which is very smart. Entire parking lot for like Lyft, Uber, things of that nature, if you're just getting dropped off so you don't have to park. And then once you pull into your ride share area, they have these Teslas with horns on the front bumper, or I don't know how you call the front of the car. And I'm going to post pictures of that. They have these really cool horns, and it was like this shuttle, and you were in this Tesla shuttle. And it was just really, really amazing. And they had all these Teslas and just tricked out Teslas. They had luxury Teslas. They had customized Teslas. It was just phenomenal. So as you go in here and you park and you go towards the front, there's a security gate. So they have 2 security clearances that you have to go through. Okay. 2 security clearances. So people were coming up in line, and that's where I want to talk about. That's what I want to talk about, y'all. People were coming in line, and they were waiting, and they were asking, please, can you get me in? Please, can you get me in? Please, can you get me in? It started building. The audience was huge. People, and I talked to people. People had drove. I talked to the president of the LA Tesla Club, the Florida Tesla Club. People came from Berlin. I saw people from, oh my God, all over. I was so amazed at the diversity that of supporters that he had. People were out there doing sign language. It was intense, and everybody really wanted to get invited. So my take on that part, this is a tip to Elon. So if you guys know Elon, please, like share this with him, let him know. My tip on that part is, when you have a dedicated audience and a dedicated community that flew out to see you, that came out to see you, I would think that even though they didn't have a ticket, you would have some sort of activities and festivities out for them, because this is like a funnel. This is your target market, and not even target market. They flew to come to support you. They flew out, they drove out. They're doing the most to come support you. So I felt like if we could have had some activities outside for them, maybe some screens outside, maybe some giveaways, maybe some thank yous, maybe some, because when I tell you they came to the church of Elon, they were eager to get in. So let's fast forward there. And I want to take a quick break to just remind you to, if you want to see these photos, if you want to see the Gigaplant, go to Liberty Madison on Instagram and make sure you just, shout out, like, hey, I saw the live. I wanted to check it out. And if you have any questions about Elon or Tesla, what's going on in Austin as far as technology goes, definitely feel free to reach out to me. And this event brought to you by the Burnout Project in Austin. And I want to read this so you can understand what the Burnout Project is. Valerie, shout out to you for this experience. Your business resource center in maintaining a healthy work-life balance. We transform work culture by hosting events, workshops, festivals, and retreats. So thank you so much to the Burnout for what you've done and what you're curating and what you're doing in the Burnout Project in Austin. Shout out to you again. So at this point, once you go through security, the first security, there's another line of security. And then you get, after you go through that, because they're checking your QR codes, and once you go through that process, you are given your Tesla bags, and this is your Tesla gift bag. And the thing that I really like with your Tesla gift bag is, you see it here. The thing I really, really like with this is, that's my speaker, y'all. This is the Don't Mess with Tesla. This is the Don't Mess with Tesla. I really, really like this bandana. So when you guys see me wearing this, girl, it is rodeo season all day. And that's kind of the gift bag that you have. And also don't forget about this here. You get your Tesla water bottle, if you can see that. Your Tesla water bottle. So you'll be good to go. So now that you're in, okay, you're in, you've got your gift bag, you're walking in the door, you are met with a huge open stage, DJs, CyberRodeo, and welcome. People are welcoming you. They're just letting you acclimate yourself to the environment, and you start seeing production of vehicles. I'm just saying. You start seeing the production of vehicles. And once you see the product, everyone was just super, super excited, engaging. They're taking pictures. And also, let me not forget this part. The wristband. Let's talk about the wristband, y'all. Somebody was like, what are you going to do? I said, they're going to have to pry this off my cold dead hands. The wristband, it's still right here. But no, I put it on too tight because I didn't want to lose it. These wristbands, y'all, people were crying and begging. They weren't crying, but they really wanted to get a wristband to get into the event. I actually saw the sheriff haul somebody off because they were jumping the fences. They were jumping fences in order to get to this event. They were jumping fences. And let's see. So other things that happened, and again, this is going to be a longer video. I'll do a shorter recap, but I wanted to give people kind of the insight so they get all the detail if they wanted the detail. And because, you know, we're here for Elon. This is only the video for the Elon people. And with that being said, you're in there, you get your pictures. They have a map. Your merchandise, you can see here. See, they have a shop that you can do. Welcome to Gigafactory right there. Here, you can see the space. See, they have different areas that you can visit. They have the cyberspace, rodeo stage, just, you know, all the different areas that you can kind of look at. And I think the interesting thing from the entire situation for me was being surrounded by other tech, not just tech, but other Tesla enthusiasts. And they were not just enthusiasts, like they were diehard fans. We talked to the, what do you call the booty shaker boys? They twerked their way into Tesla, y'all. Go to my Instagram and you will see they twerked their way into Tesla. 20 boys came from Boston in booty shorts to twerk to Tesla. They did it all on Twitter. I'm trying to find their Twitter. Their Twitter right now because it was intense. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you guys twerked your way in here? What is going on? Like, huh? And they did a little twerk, but that's one particular group who was able to get in. And they have the trucks inside, cyber trucks, obviously the roadsters, the mechanics machines that were facilitating the cars and building the actual automobiles. And I'm trying to think, okay, then you walk out. Every area was perfectly aligned with photo opportunities. Genius, Elon. Every area is perfectly aligned with photo opportunities. And everyone was taking pictures. I saw so many people. I was like, oh my God, there's Campbell. Oh my God. Like it was just, it was amazing to see so many people who really love Tesla, and not just to the point of, oh yeah, I like Tesla, but they were to the point like me where, okay, I'm not going to skip ahead to this part. So going outside, there's the food trucks. This is a part that you guys need to know. In case you're an event planner, I don't know. If you're an event planner, you take this tip from Elon. He had food trucks lined up all outside. And when I tell you the food, because if you follow me, you know that I can't stand a charcuterie board. I don't like anything dealing with a charcuterie board or anything, because I'm just like, what is this? Why are you serving me ingredients? Where's the food? Elon served food. Elon served a meal. He served South African food, because you know that's where the family originated. And he served South African food. He served Greek food, barbecue. He had bulls. It was intense. Y'all, I'm still eating my Tesla food right now. It was a lot. And it was perfectly aligned. Like the food was just so perfect. And then while we're outside, we're taking pictures with the hats. We're taking pictures with the boots. We're taking pictures with the bulls. And then Y'all, this is where it got emotional. Somebody said, turn around, turn to the right. And I was like, what? Y'all, a huge kind of like light installation sculpture of Elon's face popped up. Everybody started going crazy. His face was like right there in the sky. And everybody's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I took video and got some pictures of that. But I just couldn't believe it. I was so excited. And then a Tesla popped up, and then Dogecoin popped up, and just like all of the things that he talks about. And everybody just started clapping. They start like just cheering. And I couldn't believe that his face, it was like, oh my God, it was so amazing to be in that space and to be with other people that value Elon and his contribution to society. And then he had a speech that he was introducing and talking at 9 o'clock. So when he did his speech, it was in one particular area. And I mean, it was a hot and kind of jammed and kind of packed, but it was worth it going out there. But outside was packed. He had screens everywhere, inside packed. And that was where the Cybertruck and everything was actually located in there with him. And when he said, yes, we're moving everything, like we're still in Fremont, but you are at the official launch of the global headquarters for Tesla. Like, this is it. Chills. Y'all, I got chills because he was like, this is not just another factory. This is not just another plant. He was like, you have no idea what's coming next. I was, y'all, because I've been saying this for a long time. Chills. I got chills. And when he was talking, I kid you not, y'all, people was crying. People was just like, oh my God, I love you, Elon. I love you, Elon. Like tears was coming down like chicks' faces. And the only reason I feel like the only reason I wasn't crying and carrying on is because I was like, oh, if I run into Elon, I can't let him, like see my makeup messed up. What? Like, who does that? So that was it. On the inside, so front facing, I was just like, I love you, Elon. Yes. And I was like screaming and dancing. I really worked my entire life. I worked my entire soul. And on the inside, I really wanted to faint, but I did not faint. I was just so thankful. I was so thankful to my sponsor, the Burnout Project, for getting us in and making this possible for me. And I wanted to take in every moment. And as you know, I go to a ton of tech events, a ton. But this was more than just a tech event. This was more than just a launch. This was a milestone and a moment for me because I talk about the tech transformation in Austin. And I've been talking about that for a while and working on particular projects to really highlight the innovation that's coming out of the city and the unbelievable innovation and funding that's coming out of Austin and the opportunity. And to hear Elon co-sign that, it was validating and encouraging for me to continue to go because I am an innovator and a leader and disruptor. I think differently than most people. And that's where I feel like Elon and I connect. And that's what creates that fandom, so to speak, on my end for him. And also, speaking of Austin-based startups and Austin-based companies and the transformation that's coming out of Austin, I want to shout out to Tennyson. Shout out to Tennyson. If you guys can see Tennyson. If you know me, you know I am alcohol-free, non-sober. And you guys are like, what the heck? It's alcohol-free, non-sober. Alcohol-free, non-sober means that I am alcohol-free. However, typically when you hear that people are alcohol-free, it's in relation to sobriety. I want to make a clear distinction that this is not in relation to sobriety. I salute and support people who are actually overcoming a challenge of maybe some sort of addiction to alcohol. If they're actually overcoming, those people need a round of applause. I'm just a chick who never tried alcohol before. So that's what that means. I have never tried or tasted or consumed alcohol in my life. And I always find it a challenge whenever I go to any event, a tech, it doesn't matter. No one offers you anything other than water. And sometimes if you guys are watching, you know that when you go to events, especially private events, sometimes they don't even have water. that they can offer you. And I want to note this too. Water isn't an equivalent to a beverage. Just so you know, in case you're an event planner, that's not an equivalent. You actually need a non-alcoholic experience for people. You need to have that. So I want to shout out to Tennyson because I'm really getting into the alcohol-free, non-alcohol market and looking for companies to work with in that capacity, because it's something that's near and dear to my heart and near and dear to my entire existence and my entire life. I've never consumed alcohol, beer, wine, whatever. And sometimes Tennyson, you guys know, I get mixed up a little bit because they're like, oh, it's similar to this. And I'm like, I don't even know what that is. I don't know what whiskey is or tequila. I have no idea. But if it's alcohol free, I want to be a part of it. I want to try. So shout out to them for providing me with what I'm drinking and providing me this opportunity to break down this CyberRodeo here at Tesla, Texas. So back to the event. People were crying. When I say crying, I mean, they were screaming. I thought they was going to try to I thought somebody was going to have to come pull them off or pull them out. But I understood where they were coming from. Everyone was there. Mae Musk was there. His siblings were there. We saw Kimball. Harrison Ford. I'm trying to think of all the people that I saw. It was so many people that were there. They came in to support Elon. This was 2 years in the making, $1.1 billion investment, $5 million for the land. And he is really revolutionizing what technology looks like in Austin and what startups look like in Austin. And that to me is very near and dear to my heart, because I've been talking about the revolution and evolution of technology in the Austin space for a while. And you guys just look out for some really cool things coming with that. I'm just really, really excited about that. And I just really want to give the CyberRodeo its due. It's not a one video kind of thing, because it is. If you are a true Tesla fan, you want to know what's going on, every little nook and cranny, what's happening. It's not going to be the last event, just so you know. So I would encourage you to get on Tesla's list, get on Tesla's emailing list, order your Tesla, get on their list, because as you know, when he debuted the Cybertruck, with this, he is no longer constraints on space, because remember, that was his problem. That's why he was not in production for the Cybertruck previously. And one thing that he said, y'all, in his speech, that was so funny. He said, he said, what did he say? He's like, oh, let me show you how big it is. And people are like, what? He's like, oh yeah, it's big here. If you need something big, you come to Texas. And everybody just started clapping and going crazy. And I was like, yes. And he was saying that now he has the space to do what he wants to do. And when he was talking, okay, I'm not gonna lie. When he was talking, I felt like he was talking directly to me, because we were the only people in there like this, y'all. He was talking with his aviator glasses, and I was there obviously because I wear my Elon Musk AF shirt everywhere. So hit me up, guys. Hit me up if you want your Elon Musk AF shirt. And I was wearing my glasses. He was wearing his glasses. And I felt like we was both like innovators changing the world. And just to be in this space with the 15,000 people who truly understand the impact that Tesla has, the impact that the Boring Company has, the impact that SpaceX has, the impact that he has on our society as a whole. And one of the things that people are always like, oh my God, why are you so obsessed with this man? Like, what's going on? It's really not an obsession with him as an individual. It's an obsession with his contributions. I like people of action. I like people of innovation. And I think Jordan Peterson said this. I was watching a video with Jordan Peterson. Shout out, comment if you know who Jordan Peterson is. But Jordan was talking about how most people aren't innovators. Most people don't have the capacity to be creative. And as a creative person, I'm an extremely creative person. And as a creative person, I think that's what I value most about Elon, is that he has the courage to be creative, but not just the courage to be creative. He has the opportunity to go forth and take action on a massive scale. So that's something that I absolutely admire. And that I think that it's an inspiration for, because, you don't want to be in here talking about, I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead. No, but I do kind of believe that, because when you see Elon, you see someone that you're just like, okay, he can inspire the next generation. of what's happening, what's going on. So that's the way I feel about Elon. So again, here at the CyberRodeo, this is what it looked like. And hopefully you guys can kind of see some, because I want to show a couple of things, because I keep referencing you to go to Instagram and check it out. But the reason that I'm doing that, because I can't really show all the cool stuff that was here, but you can see the Cybertruck a little bit. Can you see the Cybertruck? You can see it a little bit, y'all. Okay, hopefully you can see the Cybertruck. That's where Elon spoke. Can you see that? Elon spoke right there. And there's so many other pictures that and video that you'll see. Make sure you subscribe, because I will have video pictures in case you weren't there. And again, this isn't one of those like, oh yeah, this is CES. No, you're one of the 15,000 people who was invited to the Tesla launch, the Galactic headquarters. So much is going to come out of this. So again, the food was amazing. The South African food, Greek food, barbecue, the events, the fireworks, the fireworks at the end of the event, the live performances, the DJs, the taking the electric dances. You'll see me dancing throughout the entire, like, y'all, I danced throughout this Gigaplant. When I tell you, because I have to go through a lot of footage to put this together, and I'm going to have different points where you can actually see like the actual Gigaplant. When I tell you, I danced throughout that whole Gigaplant. I got my entire soul together. I'm still recovering, and that's why I'm in here on a Saturday night. I'm still recovering and hanging out with y'all to give you the inside scoop. So let me know if you have any questions of what's going on and what's happening. And again, I want you to check out Tennyson right there. And it's really because when I think of rodeo and I think of having a good time and I think of parties, I always want to have a non-alcoholic option and an alternative as a person who's non-alcoholic and non-sober. That is something that's very important to me. And make sure you check out my alcohol-free in tech talk. That was a talk that I gave at South by Southwest that I think is very interesting in talking about the tech culture with alcohol and how you can leverage. Oh, I do want to make this point too. How about this? CyberRodeo, guess what? Had alcohol-free options. They had it. It was on the menu. It was right at the bottom. That they non-alcoholic options. They did. They really did. And so he gave you 2 drink tickets and 2 meal tickets. And I thought the interesting part was every time I went, nobody asked for the tickets. It was just like, here's this huge gourmet meal. Thank you. Thank you. And it kind of gave me Google I/O vibes. And I say Google I/O vibes pre-pandemic, because I don't know what they're doing right now, like post-pandemic, because it feels like a whole new world. But I feel like if you've ever been to Google I/O pre-pandemic, like just regular life, it was giving Google I/O. It was giving Google. The only reason I would say it wasn't total Google I/O vibes, because Google I/O they will give you a phone and be like, oh, thank you so much for coming and registering. Here's your Pixel. Like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Google I/O. And I remember I was at Google. I think this was Google I/O 16, 17, something like that. And I remember asking them, I was talking to the coordinator and I said, what is the budget for some? Because this is unbelievable. I've been to a lot of tech events, but this is a whole nother level. And I said, what is your budget to execute this event? Because if you guys know Google I/O, it's for developers, and they're really looking at what does that look like in the capacity and in the space of how do you entertain developers? So like, what's that look like? And after you do your Google I/O, you're going to all your conferences, then you come to the after party, the after events. And what does that look like? There's silent discos, there's food, there's like it's a lot going on. But the thing with Google I/O is they give you a bunch of Google stuff. It's like it's in your, how I just went through the whole Tesla gift bag and I showed you everything that's in the Tesla gift bag, from the Don't Mess with Tesla ban, from the Tesla from the Tesla water bottle to different things like that. So in Google I/O, just so y'all know, Google I/O will have a phone in here, like an actual a phone, like one to hook up to a carrier, like with a charger. And they're like, oh, thank you. Like, oh, shoot. That it blows my mind. So anyway, I asked, what does that look like? What's your budget look like for something like this? This blew my mind, and it stands with me to this day because it blew my mind. Do you know what the response was? I'm gonna tell you what the response was. I said, what is your budget to execute something like this? And she said, budget? We have no budget. We're Google. Lord Jesus. Oh my God. Oh shoot. Oh my God. I was just like, oh Lord, I've been living life wrong. What? I'm out here talking about budgets and restraints. Like what? Google's like, girl, we ain't no budget. We ain't no restraints. If this party costs $10 million, it just costs $10 million. What are you talking about? And I was like, welcome to Silicon Valley. I was. And that just really, I say all that to say, because the Gigafactory, as I call it, the Galactic headquarters for Tesla at the CyberRodeo was giving me Google I/O vibes. And I was like, oh, shoot. Okay, I like this. Because it felt like there was no budget when it came to the food. Obviously, if he would have been like, hey, I'm giving y'all some Teslas to come out here, that would have been a real Google I/O vibe, something like that. But other than that, I think that it was a phenomenal event. I would say it's one of the best events that I've been to. And I always say this is, as Liberty Madison, that tech girl, I always say, I can't get you in a club, but I can get you in any tech event that you want to go to. So I've been to a lot of tech events, a ton of tech events, and seeing the Teslas, seeing the Roadster, seeing the Cybertruck, everything that was available, and the Tesla bot. Okay, can I show y'all? I'm gonna show y'all I'm gonna just try to pull it because I want you to go to my Instagram so you can see the Tesla bot. But it just really, hold on, y'all. I want y'all to see this because being with the Tesla bot, you see that? You see the Tesla bot right there? Right there, hanging with the Tesla bot. And just looking here, and just so many things right here. I don't know if you can see that, but definitely just looking at this, it gives me positive vibes and give me the feels. And I want to shout out to Connie. My girl Connie came through and she was doing pictures, video. She was making sure everything. She came through as an associate producer for this event, and she really showed up, and she really did what she needed to do. And these are some of the roasters and the semi truck that I was talking about earlier that you can see. And also, okay, Connie, I don't know if you're going to see this or not, but I'm about to show them what you did with the Tesla bot. Y'all, Connie did the splits with the Tesla bot. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see Connie with the splits? Connie did the splits with the Tesla bot. Yes. So this is that's a whole introduction. That's the flow of the event. Different spaces, different rooms, different installations, different photo opportunities, outside food. Because I was like, why does he only have the food outside? He was like, y'all not coming in here messing up my stuff. You won't do it here. Not at my first event. Not at my Giga Texas. Because in my mind, that's what Elon's like, no. You better take that food outside. And that's what we did. We took it outside. I think the highlight too for me was when I saw just in the sky, y'all, and somebody's like, look. And we all just turned and looked. And I have it on video, so I'll upload that too. And we all just turned and looked, and there was Elon's face. And I felt like everybody had came to worship. And I was like, wow. And everybody just like erupted. It was so intense. And just with seeing the fireworks and people crying and just carrying on, I was moved to bits. I was moved to pieces. And I just want to thank the Burnout Project for making this event possible for me. And I just want to thank you again for making this event possible. And this, because getting on that list was difficult. Difficult, because 15,000 people was outside in line trying to get in. Getting on that list was difficult. It was difficult. That's how it was. It was that difficult. It was so difficult, it needed an accent. I was like, shoot, it's difficult to get in this certain thing. And I want to say thank you so much to everyone who put this event together. It looked like it was a lot of work, a lot of hard work, a lot of coordination, and to everybody that was there from Austin, Travis County, that really made it a seamless event. It was seamless. It was accessible. It had a flow. It had a structure. So shout out to the team behind it, because we know that Tesla didn't put it on. We know that they hired an event production company. So I want to just shout out the event production company for making it smooth and for making it a phenomenal experience for everyone who came to visit. And I'm looking forward to more events. I'm really looking forward to, you guys can screenshot this, record this, and send this out. I'm really looking forward to having this time with Elon. Did y'all hear that? This one-on-one time, because if you follow the Elon and Liberty hashtag, or the Liberty and Elon hashtag, or the Elon Musk AF hashtag, you know that I am going to have my sit-down conversation and sit-down interview with Elon, and that is going to happen. We are putting that out there. You know how they have that tweet series where people be like, I tweeted this years ago, and now my life has changed because I put it on Twitter. We're going to try this on YouTube. So we're going to try it here. And I always put that out in the universe. And everybody that knows me, even if you look at my Instagram, they're like, you're what? I'm like, in ATX with Elon. Like, that's what it is. He's an innovator. And when I was on the bus, because he had shuttles. Oh yeah, that's how it ended. He had shuttles that took you back to where your area is. And I just became a tour guide on the shuttle. I was like, if you look to your right, you will notice how Elon and everybody's like, oh my God, they start laughing. And on the shuttle, I said, so it all started on June 28th. That's the way I start all my conversations about Elon. He shares the same birthday as my grandmother, just to let you know that. So that's an additional connection that I feel with Elon. And I'm just really looking forward to the innovation that he brings to Austin, the innovation that he brings to Texas, the innovation that he brings to America, the innovation that he brings to Earth and beyond. And I feel like because of him, we are using that term. We're using the term galactic. We're using the term, we're not limiting ourselves. We don't have these global constraints. Having a global presence used to be the thing, but not anymore. Not anymore. That's not the thing. So I just wanted to let you guys know I wanted to do a quick little breakdown for people that are true Elon fans and people that actually came out to check out the launch, the Giga launch, Tesla, Texas, right? I just wanted to have that chit chat. That's why when I came on at first, I was like, y'all buckle up, because this is not going to be a 5-minute conversation. I want to get everything out of my system out, because I want you to know that next time Elon has a party, you could be at the party. You could fly into Austin. You could come to Austin and do your own CyberRodeo. You could come and figure like, oh my God, what's going on? It could be you. I'm just saying, you could do that. And there's going to be a lot of different like Tesla clubs and Tesla events that I'll keep you posted on. And that's not going to be the last event at the Gigafactory. It's just not. So this is your opportunity, guys. Here you go. When you see that logo, and let me know like who is planning to get the Cybertruck. And as we heard from The Verge, it's not in production, but it'll be in production soon. It'll be in production next year, I believe. So like who's planning to get on the wait list? I want to hear, do you really plan to drive the Cybertruck? I'm not laughing at it. I'm not laughing. You can go to my Instagram to see I'm right there with the Cybertruck like this. Like I gave it my all. So I want to know if you're planning to drive the Cybertruck. And if you are, let me ride in your Cybertruck. You know, just let me go ahead. Can you imagine people doing Lyft and Uber in a Cybertruck? Because just so you know, in Silicon Valley, tons of people actually Lyft and Uber in Teslas. And so I was in a Tesla once. Okay, quick story. I was in a Tesla for a Lyft because at the time I never used Uber before. And I always use Lyft because I did an interview with Logan, who's a founder of Lyft. And I did that with him on Huffington Post. And I had committed because he was such a pleasant person. I was like, you know what? He's so amazing. Interview with him. I'm going to continue to support his organization. And this is when Lyft wasn't Lyft. It was just Lyft. So I said, I'm going to continue to support. And I had never used Uber. And because I made that commitment. And when I got into the Lyft, I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. Is this you? Y'all know that meme. I was like, this is nice. I love this. And he gave me an inside tip. He said that he uses a Tesla to do his Lyft because people have never been in a Tesla. And the tips that he makes, unbelievable. He said that he was making about $2,000. Y'all, $2,000 a week in tips. Did you hear me? $2,000 a week in tips because people had never been in a Tesla. They were so thrilled and they were so just pleased. They had never had this experience before. He said they would just tip him outrageous amounts of money. And he would use, obviously, the driving because, you have the fee. He would use that to pay his car note. I think he said his car note was like for everything, his insurance, everything that he needed to do was under $1,000. Like I think he was $1,000 or under. And he said it was the best kind of idea that he ever had. And his friends were wondering, why do you have a Tesla? Because he was like, no, I drive Lyft. That's why I have a Tesla. And then when he broke down the model, how people were actually increasing the tips and increasing their contributions to him, I said, this is genius. So if you guys are out there looking to drive Uber or Lyft, go ahead and get you a Tesla. Because a lot of people don't have that experience. Feel free to hit me up. I want to hear about your Tesla experiences or what you're hoping to see from Tesla, what you're hoping to see from Elon. And again, if you're looking for your Elon Musk AF shirts, hit me up, hit my DMs, and go ahead and message me. We'll get you your Elon Musk AF shirt. And the thing also, I'm going to say this before I close it out. The thing about the Elon Musk AF shirt is I have friends to this day that I have met years ago who email me and just be like, hey, I saw Elon. I was just thinking about you. Or the funny part though, because this is the funny part. Everybody does not love Elon. Let me say this again. Everybody does not love Elon. They don't love Tesla. They don't love SpaceX. No. And when you are Elon supporter, it can go either way. So just be prepared. But I would say 92% of people will come up to you and engage you. If you're an introvert, do not wear this shirt. Do not order this shirt. Don't DM me because if you're an introvert, you're going to have to stay hidden and do whatever y'all do. But it will pull you out of your shell. So many people reach out and connect with me if I'm walking down the street. Hey, what does Elon Musk AF mean? And I explain to them the definition of what it means. Like, what does Elon Musk AF mean? And they're like, oh my God, that's amazing. I explained to them what that means. I've received so many friends and so many contacts and business opportunities from Elon Musk AF just because people are like, oh my God, can we partner on this? Or I want you to come on my show. And it's just really, really cool. So it's great community building. So go to libertymadison.com and check me out there, but definitely feel free to reach out because I want to hear your Elon experience. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and going over this. Because like I said, I was going to do a breakdown of the event, the Chit Chat, was what's happening. And for those that are just kind of joining in, we're going to read this again. And this is the Verge's breakdown of basically what the event was about. And the interesting thing to me is I just assume that everybody knows what the event is about. Because, hello, why wouldn't you know what the event is about? I didn't even think I knew people like that. But apparently I do know people like that. So let's pull this up so you have this quick refresher. And thank you guys for hanging in there. Make sure you hit that like button and make sure you subscribe because I want to bring more Elon content, more innovation, more content that's really going to inspire you to be the creative person that you want to be. I want to talk about that for a second too. The creative person that you want to be, not necessarily champion Elon, but the reason why you champion Elon, the reason why you champion Tesla, the reason why you champion the Boring Company, the reason why you champion SpaceX. What's the reason? It's because you love innovation. It's because you love creativity. It's because that's you. It's because you aspire to do that. It's because you want to be in community with those who are doing that. It's because you're looking to commune with innovators. It's because you're looking to commune with doers, right? That could be you. So I want to hear about you. And what I'm looking at right here, again, we're going to read this and then close it out. Tesla opened its Austin, Texas-based Gigafactory on Thursday, a crucial step in the company's delayed plans to begin production of its electric Cybertruck. To celebrate the opening, Tesla had an event billed as CyberRodeo, to which it invited 15,000 people to listen to live music, eat food, and pay homage to Elon and his company. We are really entering a new phase of Tesla's future, Musk told the audience. Clad in a black cowboy hat and aviator sunglasses, Musk said he was excited to begin working on Cybertruck production at last. I can't wait to see this baby in production. It's going to be epic. That's what he said. Along with a new version of Cybertruck, Musk also showed off a new Roadster vehicle, which is slated to begin production next year. He also teased a robo-taxi. Okay, robo-taxi. He said would look quite futuristic, but didn't elaborate on any details or anything. It is the company's fourth factory in the U.S., following the vehicle factory in Fremont, battery factory in Sparks, Nevada, solar factory in Buffalo, New York. Tesla also has a vehicle factory outside in Shanghai and recently opening its first European factory near Berlin, Germany. Tesla spent an estimated $5 million purchasing the land outside of Austin, plus another $1.1 billion to build the plant. The addition to the new Gigafactory is expected to boost Tesla's capacity in the U.S., which has been long constrained by space limitations. No longer space limitations happening at the new Galactic headquarters of Tesla in what is formerly known as Austin, Texas, but what is currently known as Tesla, Texas. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate everything that you've done for hanging out and checking out this video. And I will see you next time. Hit me up on Instagram. Let me know your thoughts. Like, what do you think Tesla's going to do next? Like, let me know. What's going on? Let me know, guys. I'll see you soon. Again, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. And if you know another Tesla, Elon, Boring Company, SpaceX enthusiast, shout me out, y'all. Get that Elon Musk AF. Let's go.